Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is SHIYELIA in Korea, and today I'm going to share this story. I've been like, I will share it until I was like, okay, let me share it now, because I started sharing the online dating stories. So I was like, this topic really suits with what I'm posting on my channel. So yeah, it's not a good story as such, but it's a story which can open other people's eyes, and be careful. One person once asked me, do you really feel safe in Korea? I think the person was another YouTuber who was asking me, do you really feel safe in Korea? And I said yes and no. Because of this stalker story, I said no. What happened is, it's a long story, but I'll cut it short and I'll try to do a more detailed live stream for this story. So what happened is, when I was in Daegu, I used to stay in one-room apartment. So the day I moved into that apartment, I didn't know that someone was already stalking me. So I moved into one apartment and I was staying in 3rd floor. So I spent weeks at that house, but I didn't notice that someone was stalking me around my house. So it just happened one day that I saw like the house was very close to the school main gate. So one time I saw that the moment I go to the school main gate, like the moment I start crossing, I always see this kind of car which used to also be like in a hurry at the traffic light, but the person would be just looking at me, and I was like, it didn't ring a bell to me that this car was really following me. So what happened is, what really made me know that someone was really stalking me was, a few days later, I think weeks later, my landlord called me to say there is a note which was put on your room. I said, how? I didn't see any note. She said, the person actually put on the wrong door, opposite door. So I was like, I don't know anyone in this apartment. How can this happen that I can receive a note? So she said, okay, I'll give you the note. So I saw the note was saying, I saw you getting inside this building, like you just moved in. I like you, something like that. I was like, how can someone I don't know like me to that extent of writing me a note and even putting it on the wrong door? So from that time I started feeling so scared, because I was staying alone at that building. I didn't even have any friend from my school to say, have you ever seen this kind of person, or have you noticed that there is a stalker around this place? So my landlord, I think she was aware that the person stayed at the same building or what, I don't know, but she just said she saw the note in the opposite room. The person was describing that the person saw me getting in this building, so they want to be friends with me, but like in that mode of being a ghost at the same time that I didn't know the person. So I think it was a few days later, on my way to school, the person followed me. So when the person followed me, I was just passing some G25 store, and then the person said, I want to give you chocolates. I said, for what? The person was actually a foreigner. So I said, no, I don't want any chocolate, no. So it was then from that day that the person attempted to talk to me and give me chocolates. I said, no, I don't want your chocolates, please keep them. So from that day, actually, even from the first day I saw the note, I was like so scared. So I told one of my friends from Belize. I asked him, he was just a little bit tough guy. For those who know him, I think you know him from our university we used to go. I told him I am scared. I think there's a stalker around my house. I don't really know because I just moved in. So I asked him, can you come to my house and maybe just keep coming and checking me out, so that if the person sees that there's a guy who comes in my room or a guy who comes around, the person will be scared. So that my friend was like, okay, no worries. So we ended up just having some sprees for cooking, and even I ended up inviting many people to my room, like to always come and visit me, so that that person would know that I have some people around with me, so he would not even try anything funny. It's now that I'm trying to retell the story, I feel pain, and I don't know if it's like because I felt what can I say, so unsafe that time, but I was like trying to see how I can manage. So weeks went by, and then later I started seeing that the same person who attempted to give me chocolate at the G25 store was the same person who used to come and drive at the traffic light, and I think the other time he attempted to wave to me, but after this chocolate incident, he actually came to the traffic light the time I was going to school, and then he said, can you get in the car, I can drop you at your school. I was like, for what? I don't want. So I went to school. So I didn't know this person stayed really at my apartment, like at the not basement, at the first floor. Like the person actually sees who is coming inside the building and who is going outside. So it was something that I later discovered, later. I think he saw that you won't succeed in any attempts to talk to me. So he actually said to me, later he actually made a plan to say to come out of the building the time that I come from school. So that day we met at the door, and then I was like, so it's you? Like it rang a bell to say, so this was the person who attempted to put a note on my room, the person who was attempting to give me chocolates, the person who was attempting to follow me to school all the time, who was following me. I think this happened almost for a semester. So I was really scared, and I was like, this is confrontation time. I asked him, so it's you? He said, I can't speak Korean. I can't speak English. I only speak Korean. He was not Korean. He was from the Stan countries. I don't remember, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, the Stan countries. So I was like, so it was you? He said, I actually want to talk to you. You understand Korean, right? So he was speaking everything in Korean. Those days my Korean was getting better. So I was like, yes, I speak Korean. I understand Korean a little bit. He said, I want to learn English. Can you teach me English? I said, I don't teach English. I'm a student. I'm just learning Korean. He said, I want you to be my tutor. I said, how come? He said, you can teach me, I give you money, whatever money you want. So I was like, a little bit like, at first you were following me, stalking me, and now you want me to teach you English. I was, no, this can never happen. He said, why are you scared of me? I actually want to take you out. I was like, take me out for what? He said, I know you're afraid of me, can you come with your friends? So me that time, I think by the end of the semester, I had told my friend, one of my friends also came to live at that apartment. So I was feeling much safer, even though I knew someone was following me. So I asked him, so it was you wrote a note and put on my door? He said, yes. So he said, can we go for some drinks someday? So the day I was like, I think it's high time I confront this person. even if he says let's meet and talk, I better do that, because I don't want to keep being followed, because I don't know what will end up happening. So I agreed to meet with him, and then we went to some place just close to our school. I think it was in Korea they just sell chicken and beer in the same place. So it was almost like that, chicken beer place. So he ordered food, but I was not even in the intention of eating or what. So he was like, why are you scared of me? I actually like you, your eyes, you have beautiful eyes. I'm like, please. So now you have moved from a stalker, you want to be a lover. Do you think that works? So I was like to him, whatever you are saying. He was even saying, I want to learn English, please teach me. I said, I can't teach you English. If you want to learn English, you can find a proper English teacher. I am also a student here in Korea. I'm not ready to teach anyone English, but I know his intentions were like to be in a relationship. But for me, it was a clear no from the start. Like, you can't be a stalker and now try to be a lover at the same time. You can even figure out my feeling. Like that time I was not really feeling safe. So he said, okay, so because I see that you're not showing that you are safe, you feel scared of me, can we meet again with your friends? So yes, I did. I told you about this part, but this part I think it deserves to be in more detail in another story. But I'll just finish off this story saying, I then later arranged with my friends. I think, the African way, I arranged my battalion. I think we were 4. I'm trying to count the people. Yes, we were 4, including me and my other 3 friends. We went to this very expensive restaurant. Then we ate and ate and ate and ate. So, in Korea, in restaurants, they serve with beer. So the person started even drinking. So in the end, we came back home with a taxi. So I think he stayed more than a year or what, but I kept on inviting my friends from school, so that he even asked me, do you have a boyfriend? I said, yes, I have a boyfriend. So I made sure that my friends from school, like who were also international students, I told them about this situation. I said, please, you guys, if possible, if you want to pass by my house and you are going somewhere, just come and just call me from the door, so that around people can assume that I have a boyfriend, because it was freaking me out that someone that I know is living in the same building with me has been stalking me. So yeah, I think he later said, okay, if you have a boyfriend, it's okay. Then he stopped following me, he stopped advancing, stopped everything. So he would just end up just saying hi, bye. That was like, whoa. But the worst mess, I was in stress, just wondering, why this kind of person trying to follow me all the time? Why? So anyway, that was my real creepy stalker experience in Korea. I've seen people sharing their stories, but I thought maybe let me share mine also. Someone may be going through the same. So just be careful when you move into a new building. Just be careful. Always check who's behind you. Always scrutinize your environment, because stalkers are out there. And if possible, if you have friends like my friends who used to stand by me, they used to come and we do some cooking and have some time together, so that you just have some activity going on in your apartment, so that if ever there's a stalker, the stalker will know that there are people around you. So that really helped me to cope. And then later on, I felt so relieved when the stalker moved out and he went to stay in Seoul that time. Me, now I'm in Seoul. That time I was in Daegu, so the person said they are now moving to stay and working. So I was like, thank God. I hope there's no other stalker around my house again. And I lived peacefully after that stalker moved out of the apartment. And even the landlord, one day she found me sitting or talking. It was within the week of confrontation when the landlord saw me confronting the stalker. Then the landlord said he's the one who put the note on your door. So it rang a bell to say, okay, so landlord really knew, or I don't know what really happened. My landlord was a lady, so I guess she just knew from the writing. Anyway, I can't keep recording. There's some noise at my apartment, so I'll try and do more detail in the live stream. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Ciao ciao.